and answer the question, what is mobile to me? Rick?
Hi, my name's Rick. I started out my career as a techie. My first job out of college was a programmer with IBM. Am I still broadcasting? Yeah. Then I left IBM in the mid-'80s and went into telecom. I was with MCI for almost a decade. And I left MCI because they didn't have a wireless plan. And I came to California and went to work for AT&T Labs, working on voice over IP and wireless. Ever since then, I've been specializing in working for small to mid-sized companies who want to get into mobile, but they're not quite sure where the money is or who would buy their technology. So I go to work for companies like that, either as an employer or as a consultant, and help them find out where they fit in the ecosystem. As far as what mobile means to me, my parents were born into abject poverty in Appalachia, West Virginia. My mom was raised in a shack. No electricity, no running water. They drank out of the creek in the backyard and they picked up coal along the railroad tracks. And yet today, both my parents are millionaires and enjoying their retirement. And one of the key factors to that was education. And they stressed that hard to me and my siblings, that education will open doors for you that you never knew were there. So when I think about what mobile means to me, I'm absolutely fascinated that I can pull this out anywhere in the world and I can look up anything I want. It just blows me away. This is the future. I grew up with 3 TV channels. I can watch like 50 on this. It's just amazing to me. But I see it as leveling the field. This is what's going to close the digital divide, not the PC. There are 9.5% of the people in Mexico have a PC, but 80% have a mobile phone. So what excites me about the mobile phone is the fact that virtually anytime, anywhere, I can look up virtually anything I want or communicate with anybody I want to, and I just think it's cool. Next.
Hi there, I'm Auste Viechelas. I work at Adobe Systems. I'm the Senior Manager of Business Development, and I deal with our ecosystem partners in the mobile ecosystem, such as RIM, Google, Microsoft, and others. In terms of what mobile means to Adobe, we actually have an initiative called the Open Screen Project, and our vision is to make content open and accessible to both developers to publish to mobile devices, and not just mobile phones. Irene, you mentioned the word that this is not just a mobile phone panel, this is a mobile industry panel. We also are looking at different form factors like netbooks, smart books. We want to make sure that the content that's available to consumers and the areas to which developers can publish, that there is a seamlessness between the PC, these new form factors like netbooks, smart books, mobile internet devices, all the way down to smartphones and other mobile phones. So as part of the Open Screen Project, what mobile means to us is that we're working with chipset manufacturers, content producers, OEMs, and carriers to make sure that content is accessible everywhere. In terms of what mobile means to me personally, I'll just mention a few of my favorite applications and use cases. Huge into SMS, love BlackBerry Messenger, and I think that one of the greatest things right now is sort of GPS location. So instead of having to buy a separate device, I can always sort of find where I am. And it's interesting that even though we have an expectation that satellite and operator connectivity is available everywhere, even having just recently been at Mobile World Congress, it still amazes me that I can get just sort of show up in Barcelona, show up in London, and figure out exactly where I am and find a restaurant. I think that that's pretty cool.